Thank you for reviewing your 2017 Employee Benefit Program through Austin Radiological Association. Open enrollment will be held from November 28th through December 9th, 2016. Unless you need to make changes, most of your current elections will continue in 2017 with some exceptions. The Medical Independent Care Flexible Spending Accounts must be re-elected each year. You must log into UltiPro and make elections between November 28th and December 9th if you plan to make any changes to your current plan elections, change any of your covered dependents, would like to continue your flexible spending accounts, or newly enrolled in the flexible spending accounts. Employees who want to make changes to your health savings account payroll deduction must do so through Tango Health, not through our open enrollment session in UltiPro. Please be sure to select January 2017 as a desired date on Tango Health so that the change is not effective until the first payroll in January. The elections that you make during open enrollment will go into effect on January 1st. The elections you make will remain in effect until December 31st. You will not be able to make any changes to your elections unless you experience a qualified life event. The life events are listed here for you. They're also in your benefit guide. If you want to make a change to your benefits due to a life event, the key thing to remember is you have to make that change within 31 days of the event, or you lose your opportunity to make that change until open enrollment next year. If you do not change medical plans, you may not receive a new ID card. You will automatically receive new benefit cards when you sign up for the medical plan for the first time or change from one medical plan to another. If you sign up for the Medical Flexible Spending Account for 2017 for the first time, you will receive a debit card from InfiniSource. Keep in mind you're eligible for benefits if you're an active employee working 30 hours or more per week. You may enroll your eligible children in the following benefits up to the ages shown below. Any changes to your voluntary life insurance or your short-term disability must be communicated via email to Chris Art at artc@ausrad.com by December the 9th. This applies to you only if you're adding, dropping, increasing, or decreasing your voluntary life coverages, or if you're adding or dropping short-term disability. ARA will continue to offer 2 health savings account plans and a PPO plan option through United Healthcare. They will also continue to provide you with Teladoc telemedicine at no cost to you as long as you're enrolled in one of the medical plans. ARA will continue the current contributions into your health savings account, and if you waive medical coverage, you will receive $100 per month. If you waive dental coverage, you'll receive $21.66 per month. These payments do not apply if you're covered under your spouse under the ARA plan. CVS Caremark will continue to be our prescription drug provider, and Guardian will continue to provide our dental and vision programs. If you need any assistance while logging into UltiPro, please contact HR at extension 7220 or the IT Help Desk at extension 7227. Hartford will continue providing our life and short-term disability insurance with no change in your benefit or cost. Any changes to your voluntary life insurance or short-term disability must be communicated via email to Chris Art at artc@ausrad.com by December the 9th. Remember, this only applies to you if you are adding, dropping, increasing, or decreasing your voluntary life insurance coverages, or if you're adding or dropping short-term disability. InfiniSource will continue to administer medical independent care flexible spending accounts, and Tango will continue to administer the health savings account. Your employee assistance program will continue through Bensinger DuPont and Associates, and enrollment will again be online through UltiPro. You can get to UltiPro from SharePoint by clicking on the Human Resources tab, or from home by typing in https://n22.ultipro.com into the address bar. Again, if you need any assistance with your UltiPro login, please contact HR at extension 7220 or the IT Help Desk at extension 7227. Although most of our benefits are not changing, there are a few slight changes for 2017. You will see a modest employee contribution increase on your medical, dental, and vision. On Medical Plan 2, the family out-of-pocket will once again be $10,000 for in-network services. And the IRS has increased the limit on the medical flexible spending account by $50 to $2,600. Who's eligible to participate in a health savings account plan? I get that question quite often. Since health savings account plans have special tax advantages that allow you to accumulate funds to cover healthcare expenses, the IRS does define specific rules on participation. In order to be eligible to contribute funds towards a health savings account, the IRS requires that individuals must be enrolled in a qualified HSA-compatible medical plan. You cannot be claimed as a dependent on another person's tax return. And you cannot have any other health coverage. So you cannot be covered by a spouse's medical or pharmacy plan. You cannot be covered through Medicare Part A or Part B. And you cannot be covered through a general purpose flexible spending account, either your own or your spouse's. The benefits of having a health savings account are pretty clear. You can make tax-free contributions. The accumulation belongs to you. It can grow year over year over year, tax-free. There are no use it or lose it provisions or rules. And you can spend your money tax-free as long as you're spending it for qualified expenses. And the eligible expenses are defined by the IRS in Publication 502, but they're the exact same expenses that you can use under your flexible spending account. The IRS has released the 2017 maximum amounts that you can contribute into a health savings account. The maximum that can be contributed into an account for an individual is $3,400. And if you're covering your family, the maximum amount is $6,750. Now this includes funds that ARA is contributing on your behalf. If you're 55 or older, you can contribute up to an additional $1,000. ARA will make contributions toward your health savings account depending on which tier you're enrolled in, that means who you're covering, as well as which plan you're enrolled in. And you can see those contributions listed below. These contributions are annual that are listed here, and the contributions will be broken down by pay periods for each pay period that you're eligible for that contribution. Please note that if you have non-qualified expenses, there are penalties and tax implications. So please only spend your money for qualified expenses. Tango does administer our health savings account. You can start, stop, change your funding at any time during the year. You can fund your account after the fact until April 15th the following year. And money in your HSA can be used for any tax dependent, even if they're not covered under your plan. You can list your credit cards with Tango and they will scan your accounts automatically, logging any eligible expenses. And you can use your smartphone to take a photo of your receipt and upload it so that Tango can keep it for you. If you're enrolling in the health savings account for the very first time, you will be registered for your account and sent an email with additional instructions that will allow you to open your account. Please be sure to complete this process by the end of December to ensure that your account is open successfully before January's first payroll date. If you don't complete the HSA application process, then ARA will be unable to deposit funds into your account for you. As a reminder, Teladoc is provided to all participants of our medical plans. There is absolutely no cost to you for this service, and there's no cost to you when you use the service. Employees enrolling for the very first time in one of the medical plans will receive a welcome kit and ID card with instructions on how to get started. But it's pretty simple. First of all, you'll complete medical history, and then you'll request a consult. Once you request a consult, that physician will get back to you in a matter of minutes. They will talk to you about your issue and see if there's any medications that need to be prescribed. And if there are medications, they will certainly call those into the pharmacy that you have listed. They'll ask you if they can provide your physician with information for continuity of care purposes, but you can say yes or no. And then the final step for most people is to reconcile their account, but this is no cost to you, so there's no reconciliation. Teladoc is a wonderful service. You can call them anytime, day or night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You can call them if your physician is unavailable, if they just don't have any appointments, or if it's after hours. You can also call them if your scheduling just doesn't permit time to go to the doctor, or if you're on vacation or a business trip anywhere in the United States. You can even have them refill a recurring prescription for a short term only, and if there's any geographical barriers for you to get to your provider's office. And they can also see children of any age. When you use Teladoc, you can get resolution to a wide range of conditions. The top diagnoses are listed here: sinus problems, urinary tract infections, pink eye bronchitis, flu, cough, ear infection. And they will call in prescriptions as necessary. They do use best practices in prescription management, so the majority of the time they'll be calling in generic medications for you. They cannot call in any controlled substances, psychiatric or lifestyle drugs. They do have a 98% generic prescribing rate, and they e-prescribe to the pharmacy that you have on file. So what's left for you to do? If you're not enrolled in the flexible spending account and do not want to make any changes, you don't have to do anything. If you want to continue a flexible spending account, you must log into UltiPro and make your 2017 election by December 9th. If you want to make any changes to your benefits or your cover dependents, you must log into UltiPro and make those updates by December 9th. After logging into UltiPro, you will select Make New Elections and use the arrows at the top of each page to scroll through and make your benefit elections. Please be sure to click on Submit to complete your enrollment. And remember, any changes to your voluntary life coverage or short-term disability must be communicated via email to Chris Art at artc@osride.com by December 9th. This applies to you only if you're adding, dropping, increasing, or decreasing your voluntary life coverages, and if you are adding or dropping your short-term disability. And remember, you can get to UltiPro from the SharePoint by clicking on the Human Resources tab, or you can go from home by typing in the URL listed on this page. The 2017 Benefits Guide and all the additional materials are posted to the HR Benefits page on SharePoint. And if you need any assistance during the process, please email helpline@higginbotham.net or give them a call at 1-844-857-5903. Thank you.